Hey guys, welcome to another video. So last night and through today, I've been raiding a hell of a lot. We're very, very close to the end now. I actually managed to defeat the second boss. Cool! Actually, this happened a while ago. And first my group killed it when I wasn't there. And then we went back a little while later and killed it again after just our 5th attempt, which was really good and shows some pretty major improvements. But so we're on to the third boss. I wanted to show you guys a little bit of it. She's called Sabatha. She's the hinted at boss from the start of the raid. There's no story spoilers here, but I did want to give you guys some general perspective on how the third fight works, because I think it's interesting to look at in how very different each encounter can feel. What you're about to see here, I demonstrate there's use for stuff like dragon hunters here. Things that some of you guys might be believing aren't too useful in raids right now. Well, you'll see absolutely do have a place, and a lot of the mechanics are very different here. I don't show off the entire fight, just basically elaborate on some of the general mechanics rather than what happens once she begins to phase. But I do think it will be interesting for those of you who haven't managed to get there yet. And we dedicated quite a lot of time on stream to it, so I thought I'd throw all those clips up for you guys. Enjoy. Let me know what you think. Now, in the top right, you'll see there's actually 2 health bars here for the Sabatha fight. Why? Well, one of them is the platform, and one of them is the boss herself. So, you've got a certain time limit to kill her. It's 9 minutes, so you'll notice that that's already a lot longer than you get to kill Gorsable. This fight, it doesn't actually seem like damage is as difficult as the Gorsable fight's damage is. It's not quite that sincere. But you do have the second health bar. Now, this is platform integrity. So if that health bar goes to 0... the entire thing blows up. It gets destroyed. And there's basically a lot of big attacks, like giant bombs that bandits drop. So, for example, at one point there are these big bombs that drop down, and you need to press F on them to kick them off the platform. If the platform blows up, you will wipe and die, and she wins. Right? So, that's number one thing. Number 2 is a big flame wall that she casts. So, this is about 30 seconds of the fight when she casts her first flame wall. So, you'll see here. We had a big arrow tail that came up here, okay? And now, as we play, she's got this big flame wall. Can you see this? And it moves around. Now, what this flame wall will do, guys, is if you stand in that, it kills you instantly. There's no down state. You just die. Straight to defeated. So you have to avoid that. So you'll actually notice on my skill bar, I'm running Lightning Flash. This is where I'm Auromancer and supporting. So this was one of our early runs. Really early runs. Probably doesn't show anything that great, but it's long, so why not? So I'm supporting here, but I have Lightning Flash, and this lets me get past the wall. And this is actually an amazing skill for a lot of situations here in this fight. But you also notice that there's these AoEs dropping down here as well. Now, these AoEs are being fired at us from platforms off the area. So this little circle where my cursor is in the bottom right corner, this is the platform. But around it, like one up here, one over here, one over here, and one over here, well, more like this, actually. One north, one east, one south, and one west are actually platforms with cannons on them. So can you see this crossed sword on my mini map right now? That actually means that to the south of the platform right now, down here, is a cannon sieging us. Now, that's what's causing these AoEs. And as you can see, the AoEs are only appearing on this section of the platform because that's the south. See, so he's off over there somewhere. So each time one of these lands, first of all, it does a chunk of damage if you get hit by it, right? But second of all, it damages the platform. This is one of the things that kills the platform. And so you need to deal with that cannon. If you don't, another one's going to spawn, and then another one's going to spawn, and another one's going to spawn. And not only do you have to fight Sabatha, but you've got all these nukes coming in everywhere. It becomes a giant bullet hell game, and it's off with skim over, right? Okay, so how do we deal with that? Well, these little things here, as you can see, these appear at north, south, east, and west. We're 2 of them are in view right now. There's one sort of down here, and there's one sort of down here. These are jump pads. So, this person here, Lady Killchain, I believe he's in chat right now. He has stood over there for, I don't know, this is early on. He might not know why he stood over there right now. It might be for a bad reason. But anyway, we're going to go on these jump pads, which are going to launch us through the air all the way down to the cannon. And then on our own, we're going to solo kill the cannon. While you fight the cannon, there's also like a sniper, a bandit sniper nearby, who snipes at you and takes pot shots at you and doesn't do much damage to most builds or most classes. But if you're like a really squishy elementalist and you don't have like a mastery, it can do quite a lot of damage. It can end up killing you up there. But you're going to kill it and then you glide back, and then this area is safe. So the game is to keep DPS in Sabatha and keep the cannons down. But what's hard about that, Wooden Potatoes, you wonder? Why can't I just walk on these pressure pads and move up? Well, you shall see. So we're going along. Now, here's another mechanic. All right, so another mechanic. not only does Sabatha have the flamethrower wall, so we'll restart this and show the flamethrower wall. Also watch my team right now, right? You want to watch a guy called Hamato. Now what's going to happen is there's going to be an AoE that appears around him. All right, there, it just spawned. Oh, it's on Slim, okay? You see this red AoE? This is bad. If any of us are in this, in a couple of seconds, that's going to explode and it's going to nuke us. But it's connected to him, and it doesn't actually do much damage to him. So what's actually going to happen here is he's going to move away. And that's going to continuously happen throughout the fight. Somebody's going to get launched with this bomb, and if that player doesn't move away, that's it. You're screwed. You're screwed. You're going to kill everyone else. So this fight is actually really good. Well, Gorseval, for me, was definitely a big question of comp and finding the right combination of players and, and the builds they're on to find the most damage. This isn't actually such a gate in those terms to me. This is more like everybody has to pull their weight and be focusing, right? Like, you can't afford to have any one of these 10 people be absent-minded and just DPS or something, because what's going to happen is they're going to get the bomb and then they're not going to move out of the way and they're going to get everyone blown up, right? It's not quite a one-shot, but it's enough damage to put out an insane amount of pressure that later on in the fight, when things get even crazier, it's not a good situation to be in. So he needs to move away. And you'll see he does that in a second. Oh, wait, that's not even the right thing. That was a cannon. Hold on. There you go. This one here. So whoever that's got it. Yeah, it's Hamato. Ham and potatoes. All right? You'll see that it moves around with him. And he moves away. You see this expands a bit like the Gorseval AoE. And then he wants to be away. So this guy here, this is Skilled. They're trying to stand away from each other. He ran away. Ham ran away from us to not nuke us, but Skilled was stood over there because he's just glided in. Uh-oh. And it blows up just as Skilled gets away. So little crazy clutch things like that happen all the time. And now you should see Ham comes back in. As you can see, now he's running back in. There you go. So that's going on constantly as well. Avoiding cannons, avoiding that thing, and the flame walls when the flame walls come up. But so you see that the south cannon is consistently shooting us. Now watch very closely that south jump pad. Watch the south jump pad. That's this one here. All right? Because the cannon's still up. And you actually notice on the minimap now enough time has passed, that the west cannon is up as well. Right? This isn't good. We should actually have south already defeated. And you'll see on some of our later ones. This is one of our earliest ones. So again, here, and I've got disaster scenario, it looks like. It looks like I'm about to get caught in one of these bombs. No, I got blinked away. All right. Oh, I had one of the bombs on me. Oh, and I killed Kerry. Great. This is Ein. She just died. Sorry, Kerry. This was a while ago. All right, let's just keep going. I'm trying to get some footage here. So she's going to use the flame wall again. Hang in there, guys, because eventually we will have some footage of how this works. So we got the flame wall again. People going downstate. I'm trying to heal. I don't really know what I'm doing. Like I say, this is probably like my third run. Skilled is dead over there. Why is he dead over there? Why can't people just get on these? Now 3 cannons are up, as you can see. Not good. You can watch the platform integrity getting blown up now. If people think that this is complex at the moment, it's really not at the moment. At the moment, it's not so bad. Still, nobody's able to get up to the cannons. This is what we started like. It's cool to look back at this and be like, wow, we've really come a long way. Here I'm doing a lot of weird stuff. I'm not even like properly healing at the moment. I'm actually on a 50% heal, 50% Zerk build at the moment. Boom, got hit by the flame wall. Defeated for me. Okay, so this is the start. We've just moved in. Now I'm on Zerk. I'm on a DPS build. We have a druid. You can see the bomb just went off there. Basically, the way that this starts is you get about 30 seconds to just damage. Damage. Now, she's autoing, but if you look at her auto attacks, they do basically nothing. There's no cannons up at all on the minimap, so we basically have no pressure, nothing to deal with. If the fight remained like this the entire time, we'd be fine. But in 30 seconds after the fight begins, just 10 seconds from now, she's going to do that flamethrower attack. And when she does that flamethrower attack, 2 things are going to happen. Number 1, the flamethrower. And number 2, a cannon's going to appear. And then, number 3, so there you go. This is the tell. This arrow, this shows you where she's going to cast it. And you know where to get to. See that? It's actually a big, long arrow. It's a gilded red arrow. See? And the cannon spawns at the same time. It's timed perfectly. So what we actually do here, for what it's worth, is if you look at our positioning, we're actually all stacked very tightly. This is a huge platform. We're all stacked very tightly. And we're stacked specifically to the south of the boss. Now, why does this happen? We're doing this because Sabatha is going to start casting the flame wall where we're stood. So if we're all stood to the south, except this one person I'll talk about later, kill chain up there, we'll ignore him for now. Because we're all stood to the bottom, she's going to start the flame wall here and it's going to move counterclockwise. And because we want to blow up this cannon down here very fast, this means that if you think about it, if the wall starts here and then moves around, we've got like this whole chunk of the arena over here, this whole chunk over here. So the wall comes here to this and then starts going around, right? We've got all this and lots of time to get to the south and trigger the jump pad, right? Which I haven't talked to you guys about how it works just yet. So that's why we're doing that. It's very specific positioning. And you can maintain stuff like this. All right, so we're going along. No, yeah, Casey's off to the side for a very real reason. He's on a terrible build for it. But there you go. So you see the wall started a bit wonky, to be honest. But this is south here. So I'm about to do something very cool.
Want to start something?
All right. Thing number 4 just happened. Flamethrower is still going on. But also an enemy spawned. You see this here? This is thing number 4. An enemy spawned. Now this is called a bandit sapper. Now what the sapper does, I wonder if we have it on footage. I've never actually really seen it happen. Watch that sapper spawn, guys. There, he's there, he's there. Ready? Watch him. Keep your eyes on him. Keep your eyes on him. Keep your eyes on him. Ah! Did you see it? He's just behind the chat box. He did an animation. He attacked. Alright? He's just behind the chat box. Now what that did was that stuck a bomb on my friend. Very similar to that other bomb. Do you remember that expands, blows, and nukes everyone? But look, this one's got a green AoE. This one's got a green field. And so here's the mechanic. Watch closely. Watch. Now, I'm going to move to the south with a burning retreat. This is the south jump pad. The south turret's down here.
It's nice to see you.
We're moving along. I'm going to go onto it. Watch my friend. All right? He's got the bomb on him. This is like, imagine Halo. You've got a plasma grenade stuck on you. Ready? Watch. He throws it. Here's the grenade. I'm coming to the jump pad. The green AoE field is here. The cannons have started firing. We converge just at the right time. The bomb explodes under the jump pad and launches me to the cannon. And so everybody... And now I can DPS the cannon. I've got a sniper shooting me, obviously, who I don't want to kill me. And now I drop down. I fly back. And I can get up. And now, look, these guys have been continuing to damage. But now we're clear of cannons again.
Time to be traveling.
So as you see that? So that's the way that this works. Now, the sappers are kind of unpredictable and difficult to know who's going to throw that sticky bomb, all right, at who. It's hard to know. So every single one of these 10 players kind of needs to be aware at all times of which cannons are up, which players are going to go on the jump pads to address the cannons, and at what point they need to throw the thing, because we're all reliant on each other. So that's going to happen again. So it starts at south, then it's going to go west. I think it goes west next, right? So it started south. Now, so I'm the designated south guy. Now, because I'm doing the very first one, you know earlier when I said I kept failing for people, basically I was messing up my basic cardinal directions. I kept forgetting where south was. And we kept wiping, because for about an hour or so, I kept messing up. I was like, oh, it was really dodgy where I was getting each time. It was pretty embarrassing, to be honest. But so I'm the south guy. Now Slim is our west guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep fighting here. And another one's going to appear. Again, we're being kind of trolly at the moment, so I don't know. We're probably not going to do... Don't forget about this mechanic here. We'll talk about how that can be predictable later. So here you go. Sapper comes up. Now, right now, you can't see because he's off screen, but right now you can actually see here that that my friend is stood on the jump pad, right? It's a tiny little blue dot on the minimap. I'm sorry that you can't see it bigger, guys. This little dot, he's actually already stood. Slim is on the jump pad. You can probably see him move to it if we rewind the footage a bit. There you go. You see him there? Watch him. He's got the ping on him. See? That's him standing on it. Now watch this next guy, Nobik. Ready? Nobik just had the sapper throw a sapper somewhere. Just threw a sticky bomb on him. And immediately, look how quickly Nobik turns around. Now, why is Nobik running away? Why is he running away instead of DPS on the boss right now? Well, it's because he's going to throw the bomb, and there it is. That's the bomb, right there. He just threw it. So we press forward and watch the minimap. That just blew Slim over to the cannons. So these big AoEs here, these are about to get turned off because of Slim up there. So now you can watch Slim and see how quickly he DPSs compared to me. This isn't really a walkthrough of the whole boss. This is just sort of the general mechanic. So Slim's still DPSing his cannon. He's still DPSing his cannon. The flamethrower's just come back. Okay. Still DPSing his cannon. See, I think we need to have, like, better people on the cannons so they can get back quicker. I mean, like, it's a huge... Like him being all the way over there for that long is kind of a bad thing, in my opinion, because not only can he not DPS the boss, but also it's sort of raining crap on us. And you notice that the north cannon's already spawned as well, so we have to deal with that now as well. All right? So, at the moment that someone's been launched on that launch pad, there's actually 3 of us who can't even fight. I think it's tuned that the cannon comes up, you blow it up, you come down. And the next one doesn't spawn, in theory, until you've blown up yours. I think it's supposed to be tuned that way, but we're a bit slow with some of us. It's not me saying Slim's been absolutely fantastic in the raids. He's much better than I am at them, to be honest. And he knows, like, the other thing is you need to know the order of all these cannons and how they spawn. You don't just have to fight with the boss, but you've got to know all the orders of the cannons. Like, it goes south, west, north, east, south, north, east, west, south, and then I don't know after that. But you got to know it, and he knows it very well. All right, so anyway, there you go. He DPS'd his cannon, and now he's coming back. But we got the north one to deal with. So watch very closely. We have another player who's dedicated for the north one, who stood up there. That's this guy up here. I'm pretty sure that's Hamato, but I never saw him. But there you see we had a mistake. Oh, no. They launched it. I must have missed it. All right. So we're about 2 minutes in, and you see we're actually doing pretty good. We're not too. We're about 20% done. 2 minutes in. When she gets to 33% health, she's gonna phase. So Sabatha gets pissed off. She shouts, "Cannon, blast them full of holes, splatter their entrails," and then she goes to phase. So now something pretty cool's happened. If you look, the boss icon has gone all the way to the side. So a whole new ball game right now. She's phased, she's left, right? And she's actually all the way down here at this cannon. She's invulnerable, so you no longer can fight the boss. Now, for the next minute, you'll see in the middle here, a new boss is spawned, right? This is Kennen. This guy's a regular champion, okay? And for the next minute, okay, Sabatha will be off on the side doing something I'll explain in a second, and we got Kennen to kill. We've never actually killed Kennen in time. So what happens is after a minute, Sabatha comes back and you're fighting both bosses at once. Yep, or Kernan or whatever the hell her name is. So check it out. So new champion spawns. This is the new tell. So there's no more flamethrower to deal with for the next minute or any of that stuff. But we do still have the ads. We got sappers around and stuff. But she does this horrible triangular thing, and I think this will blast me straight away. Oh no, I survived ever so slightly. We got cannons up again. So here we got east up right now during the phase. And really, we don't want to be stood in the east quadrant. But now we got to kill this new boss. We got to kill this new boss. And once again, our kind of cool epidemic idea. There's plenty of targets to epi and bounce around and stuff. So it's pretty nice. So there you go. You got triangle, triangle, triangle. You got to avoid all of those. On a normal serious attempt, I basically never leave fire attunement for what it's worth. Anyway, so I get caught out by that. And in 1 minute, you'll notice that What's-Her-Face comes back. Sabatha comes back. Look, 2 of us went over there, apparently. That's quite funny. I like Sabatha's help text has flamethrower. Yeah, it's kind of laughable that they have that text. All right, here I get owned because I go downstate just as the flamethrower is coming. So the minute's up. We barely have the boss DPS. This was terrible damage. Can I just say terrible? I just told you guys we don't usually have him killed, but it usually isn't like 5%. This was our Gorsavold comp. This was Gorsavold. All right. Literally, we killed it, and then we just came over here. But I've just died. I've gone downstate. Now, in theory, I can vapor form, but watch the timing. The flame walls come in, and I die before I even get the opportunity. Trust me, I'm spamming skill 2 there, and I don't even get the opportunity. Whether you can evolve through it's kind of weird. But so that's going to spin around, and now we're going to be kind of in a tricky position. But look at something, guys. The platform integrity's gone down. So let's rewind and have a look at Sabatha once she's left again. And let's see what's going on. There we go. That's basically what we want to catch here. All right. So Sabatha leaves. And now, what she's going to do, I really want some footage of somebody grabbing one. What she does... Oh, there we go. I just need a second to see. Watch this area here, guys. Watch this area of the field, of the platform. Ready? What's going to happen... is a bomb's going to drop down. Do you see that? Now, Kerry has quite smartly ran over to it very quickly. Now, this has got a green AoE. All she has to do over there is press F, and you're going to watch Kerry's going to kick that bomb. She kicked it. Actually, it just disappeared on my screen. But she kicked it off the platform. It's gone off the platform. If that is left on the platform, it does a crap ton of damage to it. So let's scroll back again and watch this one. This one's been dropped by Sabatha already. In fact, if we go even further back, maybe we can see it land. Keep your eyes out, guys. Keep your eyes out. So Sabatha's left. The bomb's out. There you go. It's there, and it's ticking down. Watch it. Can you see it ticking? Tick, 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 tick. You see the AoE? Tick, 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 tick. Boom. And when it blows up, platform integrity. So while Sabatha's away, you've got another champion to kill. You've got the cannons still to deal with. You've got ads to deal with. And you also have big bombs to deal with. Wooden materials. Can you blink or lightning flash through the flame wall? Absolutely, you can, and you'll see that on this character right now. I don't have. This is my Gorsavold build, but usually I would have lightning flash. Like every single run, I would have lightning flash, definitely. And then here we go. Here's where we die. So I don't even know if we kill this boss here, to be honest. But now Sabatha comes back, and now check it out. So we got the triangle AoEs going on with the flamethrower. If you guys think this is particle spam, you've seen nothing yet. You've seen absolutely nothing. There you go. Slim moving away there because he had the personal bomb on him. Both south and north cannons are up. I'm the guy that usually goes to south, so who can do it now? And you see, it's basically a wipe. 2 more things always going on. I mentioned this is a great fight for positioning, and I'll explain why. Watch what happens here. I run in. I'm in front of all my friends. I'm at the front of the pack because I'm number 1. All right? And now as we move in, I'm right next to Sabatha. Now, basically, this personal AoE bomb thing, this ability, Sabatha will only target on the person closest to her. So it can be really hard to tell that that's a mechanic when everybody's stacking, as you'll see we do in a second. But it's always on the person closest to her. So what we actually have, and I don't know whether this is smart, maybe we could min-max a bit better here, but you see this Berserker here, row 1. What he's doing is because he's got a great sword, I guess is the reason he likes to do it. We haven't really talked about it too much. He makes sure that he's always basically right inside her hitbox. He is as close as he can humanly be. Everyone else is in melee range, right? But we don't get any closer. So out of our 10 players, he consistently gets this bomb. And he's always knowing to watch for that bomb, and he's always moving it away. And that allows him to focus on that, while other people focus on stuff like the cannons, right? So basically, Sabatha doesn't really move, you will have noticed. So that idea of like having a high toughness tank or aggro guy isn't really a thing, but there is still people you can dedicate to certain roles. It's just done purely through the mechanics of the encounter rather than generic AI things. Anyway, that's part of it. So she always uses this on the closest person to her. And you'll see I move away and I avoid it, and hopefully I don't get another one. All right? And what this means is other people can maximize on the damage. But the thing is, if you have like a ranged person doing that, I don't know, or someone who can gap close very quickly, maybe he is the best person to do it. Now, let's talk about kill chain over here. Unfortunately, in about 30 seconds, the flame wall's going to come up. I'm going to have to go south, so we might not be able to see this too well. But let's rewind a bit, and let's look at kill chain. Because not only does Sabatha have something that she does on the closest person, but she also has something she does on the furthest away person. So let's watch again. As I go in, all right? As we ready check and we squad up. As I go in, what's she doing? What does she do straight away? She does this attack. This is her generic kind of auto. And this she does she does on the furthest away person. What this does is paint the ground with fire. And so what this means is if you have all 10 players stacked at her feet, she'll use this at her feet, and the fire will absolutely devastate you. It paints the floor. It lasts for a long time. I would predict it lasts about 20 seconds, maybe even 30. And it's got like a lot of splash to it. It's lava that she drops on the floor. It doesn't do platform integrity damage or anything like that, but it's pretty deadly. So you want to dedicate a decent range damage player to take that away from the rest of everybody else. But here's the thing. Okay, so first of all, kill chain is just like a Condi Berserker. He's not the right build for it. But so watch him. There's one auto attack. She puts the bomb on me for her next attack. Actually, it's not a regular auto attack. She's like she alternates. All right, and now what? She's going to fire at him. There it is. She's firing. Fire. He's right stood over here. And now watch how she paints the floor with this lava. Look at that. And that lava will splash there and stay there for a long time. And what did Kill Chain do? He just moves ever so slightly to the side. Just a little to the side. And she's going to do it to him again in a second. There you go. And then what's he going to do? He's going to move slightly to the side. And what this does is it pulls all this gunk, all this crap, all this horrible stuff away from us. All right? And we're controlling that. We're doing that on purpose. He didn't dodge that very well there, but that's basically the idea. But here, notice what he just did. Here's something else that's pretty smart. All right? Where was he when he got the first auto here, as you guys can see, and then he's got the second auto here. The third, and he's done this very expertly. I'll give him credit here. This one here. But now what's he done? He's moving a lot on this next one. Ready? Watch it. Watch it. All right, there's the next auto. And now where does he go? Look, he doesn't move a tiny bit. He moves a lot. Now, why has he moved a lot? He's moved a lot because this stuff lasts for ages and does a ton of damage, and somebody's going to have to stand on one of these pads in a second to go off and get the cannon. So he keeps that under control. He keeps the fire not just away from us, but away from the pads too. All right, now where does it get difficult for kill chain? Who did we see die first on the last run? It gets difficult right now for kill chain. Why? Because he's at max range, and he has a giant flamethrower to come at him. And look, he dies on this run, first off. He's got a giant flamethrower. And it's kind of one of these basic laws of physics or whatever, or just the universe. Like, if you've got something spinning like this bit at the end here is actually moving way faster than this bit in the center. If you're in the middle, it's easy as piss to strafe around this. But for him out there, oh no, it's not. So what he's got to do is not only do this careful positioning that I just talked about, but when he sees the flamethrower tail come, he needs to run in. Now, he got an unfortunate thing here, but he needs to run in. Now, our regular guy who was doing this was a Condi Necro who excel at, well, maybe not excel. I think some of the groups we've seen clear this have been using Dragon Hunters. Those of you Dragon Hunters out there who have wondered, will I get a place in raids? Yeah, you will, because you know that decent range damage is there, right? But what we had was a Condi Necro, and all credit to him, he did very well, but a lot of our runs ended. If they weren't ending because of my stupidity or just accidental mistakes, that happened over the hours of trying. It was often the flame wall hitting him out there, right? So having a character who can like light and flash in this role is absolutely pretty cool too. So we move along, and unfortunately he's down. So here we're going to get the bomb again, but it missed apparently. What happened there? We were trolling. What happened here? Oh, I have my own. Oh. Pfft. How did I mess that up? Oh, I had my own and I didn't realize. Oh, okay, so here we go. Here's me messing up. You guys want to knock me down a peg? Here we go, look. All right, so as we play, watch for when the sapper spawns. Remember, the flame wall, the cannon, and the sapper are all going to spawn at the same time. All right, so Casey dies. The sapper appears up there. Watch for the sapper to auto. There it is. And he connected it to me. I wonder whether he does do it to the closest person then. Interesting. But he connected it to me. Now, you might actually notice something really cool. Something I haven't talked about on Guild Wars on my channel at all. Here, we've got a bomb on us. But down here, look, we've got another skill. We got a skill 11, guys. We got a weapon skill 6. It's kind of floating in the sky here. Looks a bit crappy for us. If we were, say, on a ranger, though, that had more UI, I'm sure this would look a lot more flush. You see, I got this bound to mouse 5. This is actually available in-game right now. Here, look, I'll show you guys. It was 2 in-game. Check it out. You go to control options. You got special action. Mouse 5 for me. This is under the scroll wheel on a Razor Naga. And this actually happens in the Gorseville fight as well. You can get trapped in an egg. And this functions like a full-on ability. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a weird flavory thing that you can catch in raids. But so in this, what that is, that's the thing. That's how you throw the sticky grenade back, guys. That's how you throw it back. It's a ground target ability. It's got 900 range, I think. It's about enough range to be stood at the boss and throw it across. But because of LOS issues and stuff, it can be a bit of a problem. But so you're going to throw this bomb. And I'm supposed to throw at my own feet here, but I didn't realize I had it attached to me because I'm a moron. So I just stand there like a moron. And I think eventually I tried to throw it myself, but it didn't work. Now I've got the flame wall. I don't have the flame wall. So you see how the flame wall ended, and I'm all the way over here? You see what I meant by the risk? Our positioning at the start prevented that from killing me. That's what we're dealing here. And like in theory, if kill... here's the great thing as well. This segues me beautifully, right? Right now, I've made a mistake, right? My mistake was I didn't realize I had the thing on me. What do? Well, I know that there's something very tangible and obvious that I can learn to get better. This is why I like the Sabatha fight so much. I like the Gorseville fight for a lot of reasons. But the Sabatha fight is fun for me because every single time we fail, every single time there's a mistake, I, in my mind, know, oh, there's something I could have done differently. All right, here, I made a mistake. I know that. That doesn't have to happen next run. And like for Kill Chain, what does he do, right? Well, I got an unfair flame wall. Well, no, not really, because we always control that the flame wall comes somewhere towards the south, And so in his head, to keep him motivated, to keep him having fun playing the raid, all he has to do is kind of recognize, actually, yeah, crap. I've been running in at the start and then moving around. Maybe when I get to this point, I could cut through or something and then this way I'm never at risk of the flame wall because I'm never like towards the south. And then in this way I know it's always there. And actually this starting bit, this wipe never has to happen again. The two main mistakes, they're fixable. Every element of this fight, always there's a fix, and it's right before your eyes. And practice makes perfect. That's what's so fun about it. Usually, by the way, I like to meteor shower as somebody launches me off this pad. It's really fucking cool. But yeah, you know, this isn't me calling Killchain a noob. Like, you know, you got to have a certain mentality. And a lot of you guys listening right now will think, yeah, you know, I could assess myself. I could improve. But, you know, when you got people publicly calling you out, right? Like, it's very easy to get kind of emotional and very stressed and stuff. Like, you either laugh it off, but seriously inside think, yeah, you know, I got to work on that, right? Or, you know, you might not be cut out for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, Killchain is not the kind of person, right? Like, his personality is not the quality where if at this point I said, oh, you shouldn't have got hit by that flame wall, you should have been stood somewhere else. He's a good raider, not because he has good gear, not because he necessarily has a lot of time in the day. That is a big part of it. But because he's got that mentality to be like, actually, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's I can improve that. You know, that's what you're looking for in people. All right, that's what you're looking for. We had suspicions that one of our guildies, is he running with us? Yeah, the downstate guildie with us right now. During Gorseval, the whole thing was, how do we get more damage? How do we get more damage? And we had some worries. You know, we had some serious worries that he was running basically he was running the glass alley just like I was. When I was DPSing the boss, we were seeing big differences in the damage and stuff. And, you know, people were starting to wonder, oh, is it because of his damage? But, you know, he was such an open-minded guy about it. He was so, you know, like, I want to figure this out. I want to see how I can do better. You know, like, that's absolutely the attitude you want. And I actually think the pressure we put on him was a bit blown out in the end. These aren't life lessons, but I think having the kind of personality that deals with stuff like that in a healthy way, like I'm kind of talking about, does see you through a lot more things than raiding in an MMO, which, let's face it, is basically pointless.
Nice to see you.
And you should all feel bad that you're watching me and not studying or working on your next promotion.